Awesome. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. We want to welcome everybody to today's webinar, maximizing your member benefits with the Travel Goods Association. I'm Josh Cross. I'm current board chair and the CEO of the TGA. So we want to welcome everybody, and we are so glad that you joined us. Before we get started, I just want to mention a couple housekeeping items. This will be somewhat interactive, so if there are questions, please type them in, and during the webinar, either myself or Kat will respond, or if we don't respond at that time, we'll certainly do so towards the end when we do have Q&A. So please, we want to hear from you. We do want to answer all of your questions because this is an amazing webinar that's going to go through some benefits that TGA members have, and we want to make sure that you maximize your opportunity with them. I just want to set the stage before we get into the webinar about the industry. The industry, it's rapidly changing, and the TGA is committed. I hope that you've seen over the course of the past few years that we're committed to ensuring that our members see value well beyond what we bring to the show. And we're going to talk about a lot of that today. So today we're going to discover additional tools, programs, resources that are designed to help your company, you individually, and what you're doing grow visibility, influence, and connections throughout the year, not just at the show. One area we're especially excited to highlight and talk about is a member benefit that truly outpaces the industry standard. And that's our email performance and click-through rates. You're going to see some amazing data that we've compiled over the course of the last year or more about what the TGA is doing to maximize reach. It's well beyond the industry standard, and I hope that those on this call will take advantage of what the TGA is doing to help maximize your reach. So with that, I'm going to introduce Judy, Judy Ramirez. She is our project manager at the Travel Goods Association, who oversees membership and the TGA Hub, which we're going to dive into today. And I can't think of a more perfect person to walk you through how to make the most out of your membership. So if you're looking to expand your influence, your reach, and gain more customer access and stay connected year round, the hub and our membership resources are where you'll want to focus. So with that, Judy, I'll turn the time over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Again, I just wanted to mention this recording is going to be available later. It'll be on the hub and we'll show you how to get that. And submit your questions, drop them in the chat. So afterward, we can make sure we hit all of those that you might have. My goal today is to really help you get the most from your membership. And so we'll just dive in and get started. A little bit about what to expect real quick. We're going to go over the TGA ecosystem. So all of the pieces that make up the association and how each one connects to your membership. So we're going to break down each membership tier so you can see clearly what's included, what's new, what levels make the most sense for you and your company. Then we're going to hit the hub because it's a super powerful tool that most people don't use nearly enough. And then we're going to talk about those TGA communications Josh just mentioned, how you can use these channels to really amplify your brand, your launches, your wins. We're going to quickly touch on some new partner perks that are going to be coming online in 2026. And then again, we have that Q&A at the end. So that goal, when you leave today, we want you to feel really confident in your membership and clear about all the opportunities that are available to you throughout the entire year. So first, here's that ecosystem. This is really the heart of what TGA represents. So we're that one community that's all encompassing of travel, gear, and adventure. Each of these pillars, so the hub, the show, the podcast and vlog, magazine, and brand adventures that are coming, each of these pillars are going to support different parts of the industry. And your membership is really what connects you to all of them. So whether you're a brand, a retailer, you're going to share your story, or you just want to stay tapped into the industry trends, this ecosystem is something that's really designed to help you get the most out of all those paths there. All right, so why your membership matters more than ever. Our travel industry is evolving fast. If you didn't know that, now you do. The strength of our community is really what keeps everybody connected, informed, and moving forward. So, as a TGA member, you're part of a collective community. All of our voices together really shape what's new, what's relevant, what consumers are here to discover. Your membership is going to create shared visibility and that shared opportunity. So every announcement, every webinar, every story we publish, every product we highlight, it all feeds back into elevating the industry and the people within it. So your membership directly powers the work that TGA does every day. So industry advocacy to education to retailer engagement to even the show itself. Everything that helps this industry grow is made possible by members like you showing up, contributing, and really being a part of that community. So when you're a member, you're not just joining an organization, you're really strengthening the entire industry and you really help us operate it. All right, so now that you know the why, let's get into breaking down the membership tiers. So we've recently redesigned our tiers to be simple, flexible, and really relevant. We've built it around this idea that we want to give you year-round value. So not just during the show season, just all the time. That 365 days, we want to make sure that you're getting the most value from your membership. So gold is really the foundation. Platinum is going to be where you really see visibility, where that starts to grow. Diamond is going to be our most elevated tier. And then we have a retailer and media membership, which really focuses on discovery and influence. So each of these tiers is a different need. It serves a different need, and it's also a different stage of growth for your company. All right, so retailer and media. This is really for people who influence what travelers are buying and how they discover new products. So if you shape trends or you guide travelers or you tell the story behind the gear, this is kind of where you belong. You get early access to what's coming next, product launches, exhibitor lists, brand updates. All of that will really help you stay above the curve. So insider visibility through member-only webinars, newsletters, hub conversations, all of that stuff is where brands are really going to share updates and even where they seek collaborations. So your directory listing helps you get discovered by these brands, looking for coverage, partnerships, and reviews. Let's see. And for creators specifically, let's definitely touch on this. This tier is your best entry point into the industry. It puts you and your information directly in front of brands and retailers who want that authentic storytelling and those voices. So at its core, this membership is for the storytellers and the trendsetters. So the people who influence what the world packs next. All right. Gold, as I mentioned, is kind of the perfect foundation for many brands. This is for brands and service providers who are really building their name and they want that first real seat at the table. It's going to be the first step into the travel goods community and a place where you can be discovered, connect, and really grow. With Gold, you're going to get access to the hub, which is going to become like your digital home for networking. And you can join groups and start collaborations, which we'll get into in just a little bit. You receive member pricing for events and advertising opportunities, which really makes it easier and more affordable for you to stay engaged throughout the year. And then importantly, you gain access to TGA's government and advocacy work and white papers, so you can really stay informed on regulations and policies and industry changes that can really impact you and your business. So Gold is really built for those emerging voices, companies that are ready to be seen and ready to take a step into the industry with a little confidence. Platinum is the next one. It's designed for brands that are ready to lead the conversation. So companies that are a little bit more established, growing, and still want to deepen their presence within the industry. At this level, it's not just being seen, it's about being remembered. So with Platinum, you're going to get additional employee logins on the hub. So more of your team can participate in events and jump into groups and really stay connected there. You'll also gain greater visibility across the ecosystem that we just talked about. So from branding opportunities at the show to enhanced discoverability and even some really cool engagement tools on the hub that we are going to go over that you should definitely be using if you're not. And finally, platinum members do get some placement opportunities in the magazine and the podcast, which is a super powerful way to highlight your brand. And it's really just about expanding that visibility, really deepening that engagement and positioning your brand more prominently through everything that the TGA touches. And then there's the diamond tier. This is kind of for organizations driving innovation, expanding categories, and really setting the place for where the market is going. Diamond isn't just about visibility, it's about influence. We want collaboration and leadership kind of across every corner of that ecosystem. So with Diamond, you're going to receive all the benefits of those previous tiers, but with premier placement. You'll also get great partner perks, early access to events, and even opportunities to work with the TGA on some collaborations. One of the most important benefits by far that I hear is that you get that retailer data before the show. So 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, and 14 days before the show, you're going to get some information so that you can really start to build relationships and schedule meetings well before you get there. And finally, the last one, Diamond members receive priority features and opportunities across all TGA channels. So this includes the magazine, podcast, newsletters, and hub announcements, and even social. So Diamond is really for the companies who are trying to lead, influence, and really elevate the entire industry there. All right, this is just a quick side-by-side look at the membership tiers so you can really see how the benefits are going to scale as you move up. I'm definitely not going to go through everything on this here, but it's really meant to give you a visual snapshot of the differences. So if you want to dive deeper, you definitely can on the hub. If you go into travelgoods.org and you click membership, you'll get a full breakdown all the way at the bottom, a full comparison table that'll break down everything for you. You can also contact us directly or get in touch with your partner members or partner managers. So like Amy or Curtis or even me and Josh, we can definitely get you to the right people to make sure we walk you through which tier is going to be most effective for the goals that you have. All right, here's the hub. The hub is really like a central station for TGA. It's the best place to collaborate and grow, but all year long. So inside the hub, you're going to find some networking opportunities, discussion groups, webinars that aren't open to the public, replays, a full directory, product listings. I mean, I could keep going. And of course, we have direct messaging too, which we'll touch on because that's huge. It's going to be your year-round connection point. So not something that you just use during the show season because we all love the show, but we definitely use something that we can connect with other people all year long. So if you haven't logged in recently, now's the perfect time to jump back in there. There are things happening probably every week, if not more. All right, so I'm going to talk about some of those tools that we are kind of overlooking in the hub itself. So one of the most overlooked parts is definitely your profile. And it's honestly one of the easiest ways for you to stand out. Your profile is kind of like your industry storefront. It's going to tell people who you are, what you do, and really why they should connect with you. You have both a personal profile, mine's over here, but you also have a company profile, and you can fill these out with your logos, your photos, links to products, category tags, so much. And it becomes way easier for retailers, media, creators, pretty much anyone to search for you. Once you get those keywords in there, it's going to make it a lot easier for people to find you. So most people on the hub haven't set up their personal profile, and so many companies haven't done theirs either, which is a huge missed opportunity. It's really how you're going to show off your brand and really your expertise, so that when people are starting to reach out to you, they can see what you're about. And you can add in your LinkedIn profile to make that connection a lot smoother too. There's an integration there. It's super simple and super quick, but it does make a really big impact because the more complete and active your profile is, the more visibility you're going to have. All right, this is the most powerful and honestly the most underrated tool inside the hub, and it's direct messaging. It's my favorite. Think of DMs as your new networking hack. There's something that a lot of people don't realize, and that's that DMs work even when the other person isn't logged in. So if someone hasn't signed into the hub recently, your message isn't just going to sit there, it goes straight to their email. So that's not just a DM, that's direct access. No waiting, no forms, no hunting for the right contact. It's just simple, immediate connection. This is a perk for Diamond, Platinum, and even the retailer media members. It's one of the easiest ways to start conversations. And so, yeah, feel free to slide into their inbox, but professionally, of course. All right. And then the hub, other things that we're not talking about as we should. There's this feature that gets overlooked a lot, but it's such a easy visibility boost. Every member, so gold, platinum, diamond members, you can have your logo displayed on a sponsor decal on the website. It's a super simple logo placement, but it does get seen by everybody who comes through the platform, whether they're logged in or not. So retailers, creators, media, other brands. It's just a really subtle way to keep your brand top of mind. We are going to be updating our banners, so keep an eye out for this in the coming weeks. You'll kind of see that, especially as we get closer to the show, more of those sponsors will be a lot more prominent. Another tool you should absolutely be using is groups. So if you want concentrated, specific updates like show details or the government affairs and advocacy, these groups are really going to give you that dedicated feed of content and conversations that you're really looking for. It's going to keep things organized and focused so you don't have to hunt for anything. If people ask me about the show details or about the most late government regulations, these are the two places I usually have links to because that's where all that information is at. Again, they're just super simple tools that make using them a lot easier. All right, here is that TGA communications piece. I just want to hype up Kat, who's our marketing girl. She's amazing and has really taken this to the next level the last year or so. So big kudos to her. A lot of this is her. TGA communications are really like the industry's megaphone. So if you want your story amplified, this is where it happens. Our communication channels reach out to decision makers and storytellers of the travel goods world. So if you have big press releases, announcements, product launches, award wins, if you have a new CEO, whatever it is you want to announce, TGA can push it out and push it across multiple channels at one time. So that includes our news brief, our newsletters, hub announcements, our social media audience. It's a really direct line to people that are going to matter the most. So that makes it super powerful because we have a really niche audience behind it. So you're reaching those buyers and retailers, the media and press and creators. Travel, gear, and adventure brands, and then tourism and DMO partners. So these are the exact people who decide what gets shelved, what gets shared, who's reviewing what. It's really for those decision makers there. For Diamond members, all of these opportunities are already included in your membership, so you can really get some announcements out quickly and easily. However, if you're not a Diamond member but you still want to get in on this, you can just reach out to us and we'd be happy to get you the information you need to get started in this area. All right, here are some of those stats. So when you look at our email performance compared to the industry average, the difference is huge. You'll see that the click-through rate here is about 2.7 in our industry average, but ours is close to 9.7, which is great. Same with our open rate. So you got a 26.6 for your industry average and a 44.5 for ours. Again, huge kudos to Cap. It's amazing. Open rates are going to be huge there for some of those numbers. And these matter because it shows that our audience isn't just big, but it's really engaged. So when you share announcements and press, the right people are seeing it, and more importantly, they're actually taking action. So the value of reaching this niche industry specific audience rather than sending your message just into the void is huge. So high engagement means high impact. All right. As we look ahead into 2026, we are going to be expanding some of our membership values even further. So we're going to be launching something called the TGA Partner Network. Running a business takes a lot more than just great products. It's about the support behind the scenes. So we really want to build a network of trusted partners that really offer members discounts and perks. Some of those benefits have already been set in motion, so we're going to be looking at things like employee health savings, shipping discounts, travel perks, and more points because we all love to travel. And the list is growing, so it's still coming together and it'll be ready for you. It's going to be launched in 2026, but like I said, it's growing throughout. So if you have any suggestions on things we should look at, definitely let us know how we can help you there. Alrighty, how to choose the right tier. So now that I got you thinking, either you've joined already and you need to upgrade, or you just need to join. Here's the simplest way to approach it. You're going to log into the hub. You're going to go straight to the membership tab at the top, and you can upgrade, renew, or purchase anytime. But if you do need a little bit more help there and you want to schedule a one-on-one call, our team can walk you through step by step what the hub offers, and we can also kind of figure out which tier might work best with the goals that you have. So here's a really easy way to think about the tiers with the few examples. Retailer and media is perfect if you want access and discovery. So, for example, if you want to stay ahead of product launches or really get that early access info so that you know what's trending, this is the perfect place for you. Gold is great for brands or services who want growth and visibility. So if you're launching a new line and want to start showing up in the directory or in the hub searches, gold is a great foundation. Platinum is going to be for more exposure and deeper connections. So if you're planning a product launch, but you want those opportunities in the magazine or maybe podcast features, stuff like that, Platinum is really going to start opening those doors for you. And then Diamond is for those who want that leadership and influence. So if you're making major announcements or pushing big press releases and really looking for that top tier visibility, both with our TGA channels and also at the show, this is going to be the best amplification for your brand. So no matter where you fall, there is definitely a tier for you, and we want to make sure that we get you there. So we're just a really big community of people, and we want to make sure that everybody is staying connected. That is the biggest thing with our memberships. Here, if you have any questions, now's the time.
Thanks, Judy. There are
Yeah,
no questions in the chat. So
that means I did my job really well.
you did great. Thank you. So if there are questions, you can go ahead and unmute and ask those here live, or if you prefer, you can put those in the chat. So we'll hang tight for just a minute.
I have a couple questions I'll run by you in case some other people are thinking of them as well.
Yep.
If someone were to renew or like upgrade their membership today, does that get prorated or how does that work?
Mm.
Yeah. So memberships are annual, and when you renew from that, and they renew from the date that you join or upgrade. So if you upgrade today, your benefits are going to start immediately, and that renewal date will kind of move forward 1 year. And then you do pay the difference of the two memberships. So that's a really good question, Cap.
And then jumping to press releases, how does that work? Do brands write those? And yeah, basically the process for that.
Yeah. So brands will write their own press release, and we just kind of amplify it. Um, like I said, Diamond members already have this access, so they can just submit it to us and we can push it through every channel that we have. But really, it's for them to write and then us to just put it out to the world.
Awesome. We have one in the chat. Valerie, she says, nicely done. I agree. I'm coming over from the TravelCon community. What tier makes sense for content creators, influencers, the media one? Question mark.
Yep.
Valerie, yes, we are going to do another webinar specifically for the TravelCon impact in the TGA partnership with TravelCon. That is the best tier in this TGA community. So yes. And then we have one question on the chat that says, can you speak specifically to adventure travel? Does that part of the industry participate? So adventure travel, I think I'd like more specifics on what you mean by adventure travel. So the TGA, we specifically are covering the travel, gear, and adventure. We are doing brand adventures, and I don't know if that's what you're asking specifically for the brand adventures. And back making adventure. So for the outdoor industry, backpacking.
Backpacking.
Thank you. Yeah, all of the travel gear, no worries. All of the travel gear would include anything that you take outdoors. So if you are leaving the house for an extended period of time, even if it's just business travel, we cover all of that. So if you're taking a biking trip or a backpacking trip or a trip for business through a plane and then a bus and then a taxi, whatever. All of that is also fully encompassing in our TGA network. Judy, anything that you want to add on that as well?
Yeah. I think I heard somebody say that travel happens every time you step out of the house. And so I look at it that way, and I think that includes whatever adventure that you're taking. So definitely the adventure portion is a wide range for us to cover.
And if I could just add on top of that, adventure travel, as you mentioned in your first question, that is a large segment that's growing right now tremendously. And we understand and we have taken note, and you'll see a lot of those adventure travel companies at our show. In fact, this week, one of those adventure companies signed up as a title sponsor for the TGA. So pretty exciting. We have a lot of adventure travel companies, specifically in the outdoor space, taking note of the TGA and participating. One of them has wanted to take the title sponsorship, and we'll be announcing that hopefully in the coming weeks. Can you disclose which company? I sure will in a couple of weeks. So, not to leave you on a cliffhanger, there are a number of companies that are looking at different types of sponsorship, and one of them has already confirmed that they want the title sponsor. Um, so yes, when we can formalize that announcement, it'll be soon. We've already have the contract and the documents back and forth, so we'll be announcing that soon. It's a well-known brand, I will say. I was just international in Italy and Egypt and Europe, and I saw these products everywhere. So I'll just say it's a very well-known brand. Great. What else? Any other questions for the chat?
I think we did great.
You did awesome, Judy. Thank you. Okay.
All right.
Any other questions, Kat, that you have that have come through, or is anybody else wanting to unmute to ask a question about membership?
I think you covered
Wow.
a lot of it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Super efficient. Well, just to recap, thank you for joining the series of the TGA webinars. This one is maximizing your TGA benefits, accessing the hub. Judy is our project manager over that. This recording will be posted on the hub, on the TGA website, so you can access this within the next 48 hours. So look for that. And then Kat will be putting out a announcement email notifying you when that's up. So look for our next webinar. We have them every 2 weeks. So if there's anything that you need between now and then, you can always get a live stream on the hub, ask those questions in real time, or you can always reach out to us at info@travel-goods.org. So with that, we want to thank everybody, and please register for our next webinar, and we will see you next time.